Yeah, my whole thing has always been about setup. So I think it's you just use the tools that you have. A big part of it is just in the beginning, I figured out what I wanted and then figure out how to get it, right? With girls, you can use money. That's a tool. You can sacrifice your time. It just depends on what you have, right? Do you have more time or do you have more money? If you have money, then fucking let's use that. That thing's a sledgehammer. A lot of people just don't use it effectively too.
Yeah.
There's a lot of rich guys that have money, they can't get pussy, or they're not making their money work for them. They're making all these mistakes. They don't have a chef. They're just doing things that, you know, whatever their hourly is, if it's $500 an hour, $1,000 an hour, $10,000 an hour, whatever it is guaranteed to be higher than a chef, right? So he should have a chef. He should have an assistant. There's just like basic things that they should have. And then depending on how much wealth the guy has, he can implement certain tools. Like you could just hire a hot chick to run around and talk about how great he is. And so how something gets served up, I think is as important as what gets served up. If you've got enough money, you could just hire a hot chick like a biographer and just go around and talk you up.
Yeah.
And that would fucking work super effectively. It's all about just working smarter, not harder.
One of the things you were saying last night that I thought was really true is that you built your life to accommodate what you want, right? And you obviously have the house, you have women that come by, and you don't have to go work for it. You don't have to go into their world and impress them. They're coming here, which automatically is easier. And I think a lot of guys don't think like that. And it doesn't have to be having the house. It could be setting up a little charity event that you're the guy, setting up a little, you mentioned a modeling agency, anything that...
Yeah, we did Yule parties, owning a piece of a fucking bar, like all these promoters have fucking 1/10 of 1%. They say they own the bar. Yeah, it's just like owning a popular venue. There's just a lot of different things that you could do. And on the broke scale, let's say you don't have money and you're in college, then you could join a fraternity. That fraternity then puts on parties where it's got great ratios. And you know what I'm saying? There's just like you just have to figure out like, what are your resources? What are your attributes? What do you bring to the table? Maybe you're a guy that's a fucking good singer. You know what I mean? Then you're the guy that fucking belts one out at a fucking party and takes a chick upstairs because she's impressed. You know what I mean? Everybody's got something. And even the guys that don't have anything have fucking time. And time is something. Like if you spend enough time going up and talking to girls, you're going to produce some fucking leads. So you just have to lean on what you got. And when you're younger and you don't have money, then usually it's time. And so then those people should just put in the fucking work, put in the volume. Go get 500 rejections. I don't even care if they have success. I just want them out there trying. That's the biggest piece. It's just, just fucking throw in the towel. It's like, also by having 500 rejections or 100 rejections or wherever you like set the bar, it just makes it so that it doesn't matter anymore. Like at some point, you're going to stop giving a shit. And when you stop giving a shit, you're going to like display confidence just in the fact that you don't care so much about the outcome. Like the person that cares the least about the outcome is usually the most confident person or the person that doesn't need it the most, right? The person that needs something the most rarely gets it. Nobody wants to give you what you need in this world. So I think one of the important things too is that in a time that a lot of guys that were in the pickup, the meeting girls game, they shied away from it. I know Neil Strauss shied away. There's some other guys that were like scared of it because of the negative pushback, and you guys leaned in. And I thought that was pretty cool because I feel like this is something that's needed. This is like one of the biggest fucking holes in the market right now. I feel like guys have the least amount of confidence. They're talking the least amount of women. They're having the least amount of sex. Like it's never been worse than it is now. And I think a big part of that is just their lack of trying, they're giving up, whatever it is. But having the tools or just like knowing what you should and shouldn't do, just having some basic guidelines, I think will make guys just in and of itself more confident going and talking to women, right? Because if you roll up and you have no fucking clue what you're even supposed to say, what's good, what's bad, like versus if you just go up and you're like, you know what, I want to get 100 rejections and I just want to talk to women. Just even that approach is just so much better, right? So like with the right approach, with some basic guidelines of like what you should say, things not to say, and just how to lay the foundation, the framework of a relationship. Too many times like guys will go into this, they'll be fucking needy, they'll be overly nice, they'll overly invest, and the woman will start like bitching them around. And the more shit the guy takes, the more the fucking woman will give him shit and the less respect she'll have for him. And it's like this bad cycle that usually like never ends well.
And the problem is that the average guy goes and he looks, how can I get better? And he goes to the store and he buys a book like Men Are From Mars, which basically tells him to be more of a nice guy, to be more of a pushover. And
it's written by a fucking woman or by a gay guy.
Yeah.
Or a guy who's like never picked up a woman.
Yeah.
Some guy that was been happily married for fucking 20 years and probably doesn't want anybody else to get pussy. He's not getting any himself.
But it's interesting what you said, because a lot of advice out there is be more confident. And it's not really easy to be confident if you have no clue what to do. So like with things like this channel and your society, that your Sigma society, it's like giving you the thing. I can be more confident if I have a rough idea of what I need to be doing and I have some direction versus going in completely clueless.
Yeah, faking confidence is very difficult, right? So I think the better thing to focus on is like how to build confidence. And I think, like I said, just by having 100, 200, 500 rejections and not caring so much about the outcome, you're going to appear more confident. You're going to be more relaxed. You're going into a setting and you're trying to fucking like, you're not trying to get a rejection, but you don't give a fuck. That's a success too. Just going up and speaking to a girl that's your goal. Your goal is not to get a number. Your goal is not to fuck her. If that happens, great. But like your goal is just to gain experience. And so I think once these guys get experience, and the more they talk to girls and the less they care, the more they're going to realize it's not that fucking scary. And the less they put emphasis on the outcome, they're going to get less anxious. Because they're getting less anxious, they're going to have better success. If they go up there and it's like the outcome's so important and they've pep talked themselves 30 minutes to go talk to this girl that they feel like is the only girl in the world for them, it's like all this emphasis, they're just going to fuck it up, right? I think by doing it and taking this approach, they're going to care less, and because they care less, they're going to have more success.
Yeah, I think a mindset that Rob and I, we teach our students is also something that we live. Is in the beginning when you're getting better, it's make it about the story, because it's a lot better story to go out and get rejected in than it is to say, go out and stand in the corner with your friends not doing anything. Like some of our best stories, some of the stories we count nowadays is like our worst rejection stories. I think guys are just so scared of it, but it's like the best stories to tell with your buddies is those stories.
Yeah, I remember seeing The Scrambler. I don't remember like the full breakdown of it. My friend was like a huge fucking fan of that module and he thought it was like really amazing. I remember watching and be like, oh shit, like that's interesting, that's true, that's good. Just at the level that you guys break it down for a person that doesn't have experience, like how many nuggets of truth that I had to learn the hard way over the years get communicated in this short video. And I think that's so applicable. It's applicable to like things like even aside from women, like negotiations, you know, with your boss at work, with somebody like high status, just like how your interactions can be crafted to get the result that you want. Yeah, I've seen a lot of pickup guys. Like I read the book, The Game, as I mean, I'm sure all the fucking guys of our demographic did. And I thought it was interesting. I fucking met all the guys, Mystery, fucking Matador, whatever. But I think you guys had a more analytical like breakdown of this, and you guys have been in the game for a while. I think like those guys were in at the beginning of it. I almost consider them like the Doyle Brunsons of poker, right? Like they were the fucking legends. They were the guys that kind of came in. But now you guys would be more like the internet phenoms that have solved the game. You know, and I think of all the pickup artists and coaches and whatever, I think you guys had the most concise breakdown of like how to get from A to fucking Z, how to get what you want, and like an explanation of like why things work.